What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? 9:30 p.m. What's up? What to do? 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 Man, gotta love journaling. You know, you actually like make your handwriting into a font. I haven't done it yet, but you can basically like take a picture of it, take it to like Adobe Photoshop, and put it into a video, and put it into text, and make it as a font. It's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Pretty cool. I've been going through so many different like ups and downs of emotions. Oh, let me check this off. Because I completed it. Cha-ching. 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 So, be back for another video. I was live yesterday for about 45 minutes or so. That conversation was pretty good. And today, it's a small continuation of the last episode. However, it's more like a refresher. A lot of these episodes are really like refreshers. And if I was to put a number on what episode we on, I would honestly say probably like 20 something or 30 something. I don't know. I've done a lot of live videos on this channel, and I'm grateful the fact I keep them going. Like, this is the one thing out of all the other stuff I really want to do that allows me to be like, you know what, regardless of whatever ain't working, this is working. So I'm grateful for that. Dog Smart. What's up, bro? Are you a smart dog? Are you a smart doggy? I've been listening to a Jay Dilla beat. I actually wrote a song to a Jay Dilla beat not too long ago. What's good, Sakuna? What's up, Nathan? I feel like I've seen your name before, Nathan. Bob Long, your dog died today. Rest in peace to the dog. Larissa, what's up? Bella Hadid, what's up? Well, that name is very contradicting if you're not smart. What the hell? What's up, y'all? What's up? Only in dog facts. Okay. Claude the Raccoon, what's up? Larissa, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. If y'all here right now, it is free to like the video, and you can stay for a while because we're about to have a good conversation. Probably gonna be on here for probably like 35, maybe 40 minutes, not too long. This is like my kind of like reflection period, you know. Have a good night, Bella. So if you're here right now, this is a very cool get together. It's like a campfire, you know. Thank you, Nathan, for liking the video. It feels like when I go live on this channel, it feels like I'm at like a campfire near the beach. Honestly, you should. It's up to you, my boy. I don't like telling people what to do, but I can give you an option, and I feel like you should. You feel me? So, if you're new here and you want to see my wonderful energy, you could definitely subscribe for sure. Dog Smart, you could definitely subscribe as well. I usually go, well, nah, this is going to be a new norm for me because my job is changing. My way of living is changing a little bit. So going live around this time is like kind of like my sweet spot. And this is like the, you know what I'm saying? This is the environment. Y'all fuck with my boy? Man, you fuck with it? Let me get a donut in the comment section if you fuck with this behind me. I just moved today. Larissa, where'd you move to? What's up, Cashden? Gray Bowl. Cashden, Gray Bowl. Cashden, come here. I feel like I had to do that. Old Orchard Beach. Where's that? That sounds good. I said Old Orchard Beach sounds good. I mean, it does. It sounds like a drink that has Old Orchard Beach on it. You know what I'm saying? This is the time I watch streams. Okay. How many subscribers do I have? Well, with you added on to it, I'm at 582. The goal is to get to 800 by the end of this year. And I feel like I can get there with me just doing a lot of stuff like this. Maine, there's a lot of bars near me. What is life like in Maine? Like real shit. I don't hear about nobody talking about I'm from Maine and nothing. Like, what's life like out there? I really am curious. I'm curious. Because Maine seems like a really like Maine to me is like another like North Dakota type of thing. You know, like next week will be really hot. How hot? What's hot to you? Because to me, hot is like 98 or something like that. I love all the seasons. I do too. My favorite season has to be spring though. I love spring. Spring is my favorite season. Hey, so Nathan and Larissa, y'all live in the same area. Hold up now. Let me find out y'all know each other. 85 plus is your favorite? Oh, that's the weather out there. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. It's not too bad. I'm in Georgia right now. I'm near Atlanta. That nigga Nathan said no. Right now out here, it's starting to get to like that mid high 80s. So yeah. Well, honestly, this could be a good channel for to bring people of Maine together. If you're in Maine and you come to this channel, we are building together. Oh shit. Let me find out. I'll travel to Maine and like meet y'all and shit on some funny shit. Why don't you elevate the convo? I know a few people or a group of people that can get a different streamer and to get people to sub to you. That'd be cool. I'd appreciate that. Come to Oob. When I read Oob, I think of Majin Buu's reincarnation. Oob, the second black character in Dragon Ball Z. We all know the first one is Piccolo. No cap. Piccolo is definitely the first black character in Dragon Ball Z. 100%. Oob is the oh. Gotcha. Okay. Definitely got me. Like Ray isn't the way they call it. I don't know what it's called. Do me a favor, drop y'all's age in the chat. Just curious, and then when y'all drop your age, guess how old I am. Guess my age. I want to get better at knowing who's watching, so this is my, way of doing that. So if you're in the comment section, if you're seeing this right now, drop your age. How old are you? And to make it a little bit more fun, drop your zodiac sign. I'm not a astrologist, however, I know a little bit, you know what I'm saying, about astrology. Very close, Larissa, very close. Nathan's 14. I'm glad I'm bringing, different groups of people in here. One of the biggest goals I wanted to embark in my life is to be the guy I've always wanted to be around when I was young growing up. Be a great influence. Nathan, you are completely right. I feel like I know you, Nathan. I feel like I've seen you in one of my videos. I feel like you've seen me in a car video or something. It's not the first time I've seen this name. I feel like it's not. Damn, you got 4 siblings? I got 3. Well, technically 4. I found out about a sister when I was 18. So, yeah, that's a slippery slope. Okay. And I'm 24, and to be real with y'all, I'm a Scorpio. Probably look like it in different ways, or maybe not. I don't know. I got 4, so you got 2 siblings. I got 3, well 4. Whose car is beeping? I'm 5'11", officially. I went to get a physical today, so that's how I found out. All right, so I'm about 10 minutes in. I'm going to get in this conversation. I feel like I've talked with y'all a lot. I think it's time for us to really dive into this convo, because I understand that those who come back and watch these videos later, aka me, because sometimes I need to go back to look at my videos. Like, you know, when people say it's always good to go look back at your old self to understand like your why, your purpose, and stuff like that. Excuse me. These videos right here help me recognize and remember what my purpose is and why I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back to college in Georgia, yes, and I love basketball. I don't just like it. So, um, film, photography, speaking, storytelling. These are skills, and also basketball, because I love basketball. These are skills that I feel like I can show the world and give to people to where they want to be a part of the journey, whether they're a viewer, whether they're a supporter, whether they're an investor. I feel like I have the capabilities of doing so. And the last video I talked about a couple of things that I feel like is getting in my way to be able to fully get into that bag of being those things and utilizing those services to help me be where I need to be. And another thing that I didn't really get to talk about yesterday, I'm bringing into conversation today simply because I it's a lot of stuff I go through. Just like everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily different from y'all in ways of like better or lower. Is I simply am putting myself on display. And while I'm putting myself on display, I get to a point where I feel like I'm not the only person who needs to hear this. Other people do. Yes, I can dunk. And in my growing stages, I'm understanding love on different levels. So I compare love to multiple things. Like your favorite food unlocks a portion of love inside of you. Your mom can have a portion of love that you connect to. Your best friend, your pet, your brother, your sibling. Like there's different levels of what love is, and in this conversation, I'm going to talk about the different levels of love based on the 12 chakra systems that I am aware of. And one of them is not on here. Excuse me. One of them is not on here simply because um, uh, honestly forgot. After I did all of them, I was like, wait a minute, I'm missing one. So that's that. Yes, Larissa, look at you making a community with Nathan. I love that. Getting cool people online based on the person that is bringing us together. I love that. I love that. So look, the different levels of love, and we're gonna talk about this through each chakra system. So buckle up. I'm finna dive into it. It's gonna get very interesting. So the Earth Star chakra. This is the chakra that's under our feet. People don't understand how like important it is to actually take care of your feet. Whether it's massaging it when you get out the shower, or rubbing it, like having your foot on top of a tennis ball and like rubbing it back and forth. Getting a massage gun and massaging your foot. Those things are very, very important because your feet is what literally holds you up. Like, yeah, your core, yeah, your legs, but your feet is very, very important. So the Earth Star chakra is the earth connection. Love dwells in this based on how you view Earth. How do you view nature? How do you view the bugs, the grass, the trees, the animals, people, cars, phones, all the things that are a part of Earth? How do you view it? And depending on how you view it is a representation of that love you have for your environment. Okay. And a lot of times when I talk about certain things on the spiritual side, the one lingering thought that I always hear in the back of my head, and I know it's like my the shadow version of me that is simply testing my resiliency when it comes to these topics and the importance of it. And the question that he always says, or the statement that I always hear is, why is this even important in the first place, right? It is important to understand these different levels of chakras and things of that nature because of two main things. All right, let's think of these two main things as heads and tails. So, tails, which is like the below you, your body, like your neck and below, your tails. And then your heads is up and above. So, like your head, your face, eyes, facial features, and all of the thoughts that accompany you. So when we talk about tails, why is stuff like this important? Is simply because your body is experiencing everything that you are going through and everything that you are not aware of that you're going through. Because it's either happening outside of you or inside of you. And it's very hard to be accountable for what you're going through internally and externally, simply because we are not taught to understand our internal world compared to our external world. We're only taught to do the things our parents taught us, our coaches taught us, our siblings may have showed us that we feel like it's alignment with us, or our friends, or even social media. So the body is a very, very important tool, very, very important aspect of this. So I have made it a very much like I'm the black sheep when it comes to figuring out the body's experiences internally and externally before going out into the world and exploring and doing all of these things. Naturally, I'm already doing that because every day you're exploring and doing something. The moment you go outside, you're going on an exploration and you come back home. Yeah, it may be something small like going to the store, getting groceries, going to the bank, going to work. They may be small, but each day has some significance greater than yesterday. And it's up to you to understand what that significance is. So, the heads aspect of this now is the heads aspect of this is that whatever you think is manifested. It's manifested today, tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, next week, next month, next year. Every thought you have is a manifestation in your reality. The question that, not the question, because your thoughts manifest into your reality, the thing you must be aware of above all is understanding this idea. See this tape? If I was to take this tape off, and I'm thinking about putting this tape on the floor and ripping the tape off the floor and throwing the tape away, what do you think happens to your space in the future when you do something as small as that? Do you think that is very significant? No, because you're taping the floor and throwing it away. What's the significance in that? Well, the thing is this. The one thing that's going to matter more than anything is how you perceive your reality. And if you perceive something, that means you have a realization, you have an attachment, you have a complete comprehension of what's going on. So simply with the analogy of literally taping the floor, it doesn't make sense, and no, it's not no real significance with it. All I'm saying is that example, you taping the floor and you thinking about taping the floor, is simply happening. Let's just accept that. You take the floor, boom, throw it away. Cool, right? What happens when you tape your mouth shut and you try to talk? What happens when you think about taping your mouth shut, try to talk? If you think about taping your mouth shut and try to talk, there is an aspect of you, whether it's in the future, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's the next day, next hour, whatever, where you feel like you need to say something and it's hard for you to get it out and your mouth, you feel like your mouth won't move. This may be far-fetched, but the moment you think of something is going to play out in your reality in small ways, depending on how much thought, how much energy you put into it. Good night, Larissa. Appreciate y'all for being here. So, to simply put it, chakras is a very important thing. So it's equivalent to like you reading the Bible. It's equivalent to you reading the Quran. The difference is you're not reading a book of what someone created for many people to listen and learn and understand. Chakras is you understanding you. Chakras is diving into the worlds of you and taking responsibility of what you experience in the worlds of you. And it's very, very much exciting with like a little tip, like a little seasoning on top of the cake of scary. It's honestly a little bit scary. The reason why many government systems and many different forms of let's just say high-ranking people, government, churches, things of that nature, the reason why they shun meditation, the reason why they shun so many of these things that is literally tapping into you in different ways is simply because they're afraid of you understanding your own power. And the best way to control somebody is to make them believe that they're powerless. I can easily control my dog. I don't have one, but for example, I can easily control my dog because he doesn't understand his own power, his own dominion. He needs me to survive, so he's going to listen to me. But the moment I tell my dog, like, hey, just leave. Like, I'm gonna open the door, put a little paddle in, and he could come in and out whenever he wants. The moment I start to set a form of authority, he has to follow this authority. But what happens if a dog understands itself from a cellular level or solar level, where he knows or she knows that it's more than just an animal? It's a representation of energetic communication. And that's what a lot of us are. We're energetic portals. And sadly, a lot of us aren't aware of the portals that we house because we have been taking away from our true self so many times in our life. And that's why this conversation here, when we talk about the different levels of love, we are going to allow ourselves to understand the unconditional loving aspects of ourselves with these 12, 13 chakra system, these 13 chakra points. So to get back to it, I had to give you all that dialogue to actually get us more into topic of the conversation. Earth Star Chakra, below your feet, Earth connection. When you have unconditional love for this chakra point, for this version of you, you have unconditional love for everything that's going on around you, whether it's good, which is chaotic, whether it's good, which means it's calm, it's a blessing, or bad, chaotic and sporadic, spontaneous, where you feel like you can't control the environment. Good is when you feel like you can control the environment because the environment is peaceful enough to where you can do something and people can react to it in a positive way. The bad version of it is when There's so much going on. You can't control the environment, and it's hard for you to control yourself. That is quote unquote bad. Root chakra, stability. This is where the base of your spine is, right? The base of your spine, which is kind of like the little stump before the tree actually grows. This is your stability. Having unconditional love for stability is understanding that some things you have to accept no. Like some things you have to say no to. There's people in your life that's going to tell you no. And that no is just a level of stability that your soul needs to experience. Because guess what you're going to do after that no? You're going to either A, turn that no into a yes somewhere else, or you're going to use that no as a level of reflection for you to understand, why is this no for me right now in the first place? All right. Now, sacral chakra. This is, for my ladies, I like to call it yams. For my boys, let's call it a tower. Think of the obelisk tower that's outside of Washington, D.C. That is a point, like a little singular point that's ejected out of a land. Our land has something ejects out of it. That's us. So this is creativity. It's very creative how we create other human beings. I haven't even touched that water in a minute. Anywho, it's really creative how we create more human beings. And it's even more creative how we go through the deliverance process. You can give birth, I think, in like 4 ways. You got C-section, you got the laying down, you also got the squatting inside of water, and then the other version is like, I think it's another version. C-section, squatting in water, and laying down and pushing. That might be it. Yeah. That might be it. Yeah. Those are the main 3. So not 4. Those are the main 3 ways that we create human beings as far as like the process of deliverance. Now creation, we all know how we create one another. Like, come on now, let's be honest. And the thing is, we create more than just other human beings. We create our own reality. Me even speaking like this is, there's a version of me right now that's speaking over a group of people. There's a version of me right now that is speaking with a council of people. There's a version of me right now that is speaking to my family. There's a version of me right now that is speaking to elders, younger generation, or even my own peers. Just for me having this conversation right now and allowing myself to dial into these different aspects of me is me embracing my creativity based on what's going on right here, right now. And the thing with creation, you have to also understand when is the right time to create. Okay? A great example of this, every musician don't make music every single day. There's a period where they stop and not make music for maybe months to almost a year or years. Literally, Kendrick Lamar spent how many days without making another album or making a track? Like, so many, you know what I'm saying? And that's because he put himself into such a great position with his creativity that he can do that and continue to survive off of what he has already made. That's something that I'm going to do for my life. I just am building what it means to become that aspect of who I am. No, I'm not Kendrick. I'm Jared Cinco. By the way, I haven't even said my name in this whole video. My name is Jared Cinco. I'm from Chicago, born in Chicago, and I moved to Atlanta when I was about 15 years old. Went to high school out here, then went to Fort Valley State, left Fort Valley, came home to understand my own self, and like I was saying earlier, the worlds of me. Because I didn't have like a experience where I felt like I should get more connected with God. I felt like if God is already within us and we are a reflection of Him, then that basically means if I connect more with myself, I naturally connect myself with Him without having to go to the source that man has created to live in the lifestyle they say you need to be to connect to Him. Jesus was killed by the Christians. So why would I go to the same people that the man who was healing people, speaking to people, providing people a level of freedom to express themselves, to be themselves, and to love themselves? Why should I be the opposite of that? I decided to be my own version of what Jehovah or Jesus is, and it's ironic because my first two initials is JA. JA at those times was Yah, Jehovah, or Yahweh. My name is Yared or Jared. So it's like I have that frequency already within me, and I'm finding out my own way of being that energy to where it is benefiting my environment and benefiting my community. So to sum up sacral chakra, creativity. The unconditional love for creativity is where you allow yourself to be authentic. You allow yourself to be transparent. And with this authenticity and transparency, you can also embrace the shadow aspects of authenticity, which is what I never thought about this. What is the shadow aspect of authenticity? Because here's something that y'all don't know. Desire is the light, lust is the darkness. So desire and light, they work. Desire and lust, they work the same way. It's just one is more on a darker side and one is more on a lighter side. You know what I'm saying? So if authenticity is on the lighter side, if authenticity is on the lighter side, is vulnerability on the darker side? I don't know. That's slippery slope. Y'all let me know. However, the sacral chakra is um, a very, very unique space, just like a lot of these energy spaces are. However, the sacral chakra is where a lot of people in our generation are dwelling out of, because a lot of people are doing, like, porn is the most searched thing on the web. People think of more sexual things first than anything else. And what I'm learning to transmute is not being impulsively, to not move with that space. That's what I'm working on as much as possible. Because sometimes I catch myself moving from the third eye point of view, heart point of view, sacral chakra, crown, and you know what I'm saying? I can catch myself also moving from the space of my sacral chakra. So one of the things I'm working on is just to ensure that I evolve my awareness past that, to grow my level of authenticity and vulnerability and also creativity, to where it isn't capped off just because I can't get past of thinking from that form. And this is where we go to solar plexus. Solar plexus chakra represents growth. And I want you to understand, for each one that I'm speaking on, there is somebody in your life that is a representation of this chakra system that you have met and that you've came across. Of aspect of like the Earth Star chakra, you've met somebody that is showing you to unconditionally love the earth for what it is. You've met somebody that has shown you what stability looks like. You have met somebody that shows you what creativity looks like when it is naturally flowing, naturally allowing it to build and be. You've met somebody who wants growth. Growth is transformation. Growth is shadow work. Growth is soul searching. Growth is accepting the things that is hard and still willing to build on it. That's growth. So the next one, heart chakra. A lot of people have so many hurt heart chakra systems. It's pretty sad. A lot of people go through heart attacks. A lot of people go through heart problems in their life, and it comes from their past experiences, the things that they've done, whether it be over drinking, over smoking, things of that nature. All of that stuff adds up. And there's someone that you've met in your life that genuinely loves you for you. And a lot of people will say you keep the people that surround you that genuinely loves you. And I believe that to be true as well. However, there's a thing called accountability. Accountability is very, very important for every space of love that you encounter. And with accountability, there's people that's going to toy with your heart simply because they feel like they have an easy way of moving you based off your emotions. And I want you to understand that you're stronger than that. You're stronger than the person that's trying to control you. You're stronger than the person who's trying to manipulate you. And you're stronger than the person who says let's say, you're stronger than the person that you see in the mirror. You're stronger than that person because you can act out what you want in your world. Your frequency is based off the actions that you continuously make. So if you continue to make the better actions for yourself, you're going to get to a point where, guess what? You put yourself exactly where you're supposed to be because you've done all the necessary steps, all the necessarily nurturing, seeding. You know what I'm saying? You've done all of that work. You can grow that. I got this little piece of thing stuck in my tooth. It's kind of nostalgic when you take something out of your tooth. Like it feels so like freeing. Somebody just rang the doorbell. I wonder why. So we just left the heart chakra, throat chakra, communication. I feel like who I am as a person, I always want to communicate in ways that build you. Communicate in ways that let you know you're doing a lot better than you think you are. And it's beautiful when I actually receive that back, because sometimes when I receive it back, it's hard for me to even like recognize like, damn, they showing love naturally just through communication. So if you have somebody that surrounds you that is speaking to you with love through their words, please cherish them. And you have the ability to also spread love with your words. You can build people up literally with your words. You can inspire a kid so well at a young age that your words can lead them to be an NBA star or an overseas pro. Like you have that capability just off how you say something in the environment that you're in. Hold up. We back. I'll be back. We back. So we almost at the 40-minute mark. I'm back, Nathan. Had to leave for a second. So we talked about heart, throat. Now it's the third eye. Now, third eye is not only about imagination, it's also about intuition. You ever been around somebody who, like, knows themselves. You ever been around somebody who has a great level of imagination? Like they think of the most wildest shit out of nowhere. That's because they have a level of unconditional acceptance of how they think. And a lot of people are afraid to kind of think outside the box because they've been conditioned to think in such a way. So, as I speak to you now, I want you to find any way to think a little bit more out the box for you, not for necessarily no one else, because here's the thing. I personally don't think being selfish is negative. I feel like being selfish is self-empowering. And when you can be imaginative for yourself, it makes it very easy to be imaginative for other people. I was telling my brother this when we was working out. He was like, I don't know how I'm able to kind of do these workouts when I'm in band camp. Like it'd be easy, but when we working out, it's like, God damn, my body's not used to this, or I'm tired. I get tired easily. And I was telling him it's because when you're so used to doing something, like he's been in school for over 3 years now. So his body's gotten to the rhythm of like band, workout, come home, do nothing, work, go back, band, work out. His body's got used to this cycle. I'm here now to help him evolve this cycle into something greater because he wants to be greater. And since he wants to be greater, he's also taking a chance on himself and me to be able to be accountable for his growth. And in order for him to grow, in order for me to grow, in order for us to grow as individuals, as human beings on this planet, is to notice one, the cycle that you're going through, and two, what is it that you want to either change, add, or upgrade in your cycle? When I say change and upgrade, these are two different things. Change means you take one thing out, add something in. Add means you have what you have, you just added an extra number. Upgrade means you are doing the same things, but now you're in a newer environment. Now you're in a newer space. Now you've added someone else into your bubble, into your circle, that is making everything a lot more exciting, if that makes sense. So your imagination and your intuition are linked. The question is, how often is your imagination picturing something that's more towards what you want in life compared to what's kind of scary in life? You know what I'm saying? So that's something for you to think about. Now you got the crown chakra. The crown chakra is spirit connection, which is also the connection to your body, because we are a spirit inhabiting this body. We are a soul that's powering the body. All right, there's a difference. The soul powers the body. The spirit is the activation of the body. It's kind of like our phones, right? Our phones can be on, but have no service. There's just a soul inhabiting a space. But the moment this phone has service, it can connect to other things. That's when the spirit is coming into play, because now it has a level of, what's the word I'm looking for? It has a level of like, it has a level of, it's like an ignition. It turns on. You know what I'm saying? You ever go to Snapchat story? Well, if you have Snapchat still, if you go to Snapchat, they have like a map, right? And you can allow yourself to be seen on the map from your friends. That's the same thing, kind of like when your phone is actually on. It's like it becomes part of this map, right? It's acknowledged in the map. Now the soul is already a map in itself. It doesn't need the other connection. However, the spirit helps it advance its experience going as it's experiencing what it's going through. All right. So when you play some Jay Dilla in the back, hold on, let me turn it up for you so you hear it. We just went through all the chakras from 1 to 7, teaching you how to go and reach heaven. I'm your brother, you can be your brethren. Sliding through how we want to be, this, that, 1 through 7. Let's go to the 8. We're gonna manifest and man a great, great day. So look, the reason why crown chakra is labeled spirit connection is because our spirit is connected to our body. Our soul is the engine of the body. If you damage your body, if you hurt your body, if you overuse your body, if you overdo your body, you're overdoing your spirit. You're overworking your soul. You're giving too much out of your energy. You know what I'm saying? It's time to fill up your cup. You know? So, soul star chakra, higher consciousness. This is when you're able to recognize the world doesn't just evolve around you, right? And how this connects to levels of love, you start to understand that when you love others, you slowly start to love you a little bit more. So for instance, it could be somebody around you who does certain things that you do not like. Like, you simply don't like them. However, you don't hate them. You instead love them for who they are. So it allows you to accept them for how they basically allow themselves to be, whether it's emotionally unstable, mentally distraught, or physically out of order. You don't get mad at them for that. You simply love them for them. When you do this, it's kind of like the universe is testing your ability to accept something you don't like and still appreciate it, regardless of how it looks, regardless of what it smells like, tastes like, and taste could be food, by the way. Accepting something, even when you don't like it, shows a higher level of not only responsibility, reliability, but also a higher level of loving yourself. Because when you love something for what it is outside of you, you start to love things for what it is that's inside of you that you don't like. And that's a tough pill to swallow, mainly because it takes a long time to get to that point. It takes a while. So now you have the universal chakra. The universal chakra is the flow of the universe. Kind of like how this beat is flowing. Essentially, my goal as a speaker and as an artist and as a creator itself is to be in tune with the flow of the universe. And to be in tune with the flow of the universe is to be in tune with myself. Being in tune with myself, understanding how I feel. And then even if it's hard for me to describe how I feel, I can sit with this confusion and not get upset about the confusion. Instead, be peaceful enough, be calm enough to wait, be calm enough to be at ease, and wait for what it is that my body is trying to tell me. And even greater, wait for what spirit is telling me, wait for what my soul is telling me, wait for what the universe is telling me, you know? Now you have Galactic chakra, prophecy. Prophecy, the way I view this, because these last 3 chakras, which is soul star, universal, galactic, and divine gateway. Well, let's say these last 4. These last 4 are chakras I'm learning new. These are like the points that's above the head. These chakras are different levels above the head. So if these chakras are different levels above the head, these are literally higher levels of consciousness that doesn't dwell within you, but it dwells inside of your aura. It's kind of like, you know, when you standing still or sitting down and you feel someone walk behind you, like you feel their heat from their body. This is what I'm talking about. It's allowing your body to pick up things that you're not necessarily touching, but you are connected to it, you know? So when I talk about Galactic chakra, which is prophecy, this is when you speak things into existence. Think about our galaxy. Our galaxy has Mercury, Venus, Mars, Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. That's 9 planets. 8 planets, my bad. That's 8 planets. So with these 8 planets in our solar system, in our solar system, is just this solar system. We have a whole galaxy that we're a part of. And we only necessarily consciously decided to connect to only our galaxy. When really our solar system is, we're only connected to our solar system. However, the galaxy that we're in has its own level of awareness. So when I say galactic chakra, I feel like it's kind of like understanding how we prophesize our present and our future, and even our past. We speak things into existence not only in the present moment, but also in the future and the past. How? We do this because the past, present, and future are all happening simultaneously. And to make it make more sense, what you did yesterday led you to today. What you did today leads into tomorrow. And what you are already doing right now is an accumulation of how you did things yesterday. So for instance, if I was to get off of this chair and do a backflip onto my bed right now, there is a high possibility that happened because I thought of it for like 10 minutes straight yesterday. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it because I got the energy now to do it. Now that I've thought about it so much, I'm gonna do it now. And guess what? Moving forward, now I wanna try to do more backflips. You know what I'm saying? So it works in tandem like that. Divine gateway. Enlightenment. 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 What? I say enlightenment. Yeah. Enlightenment. Divine gateway, enlightenment. Divine gateway, enlightenment. So I actually made a song called Enlightenment a while back. If you want to check that out, just type in Cinco de God on all platforms. You'll find that song. And enlightenment, man. Is when you feel like everything is exactly how it needs to be. It's kind of like, you ever had a perfect day where everything just goes right? A perfect day where everything just goes right. That's what I like to call that day is a representation of your enlightenment. So if you ever have those days, you should journal about it, because that could be an experience that you have in written form that you can feel later on in the future. And guess what? Imagine you read it a couple weeks or months later, now that things are happening that transpired after that fact. You could read that and reanimate a perfect day, and a day that is filled with the energy of enlightenment. And I want you to understand too, enlightenment, meaning your internal world is bright, so much of a shine that it spirals out into your universe. And as it spirals out into the universe, because you've given something, now something is now going to gift you with something that you can gravitate with, that you can hold on to and use for a later purpose. Now the 13th chakra, this chakra is, it's not have to do with outside of you. This chakra is something that I honestly passed up as we were going. This is the higher heart chakra. And this chakra actually dwells like right here. This is a pink chakra. This pink chakra is a very, very beautiful chakra, because the best way I can explain it, it's kind of like, imagine if your morals, the aspects of you that accepts things for what they are and things that you're not willing to tolerate. Imagine if this was one being, one form of consciousness. If this was one form of consciousness, this would be kind of like your divine mother or divine father that helps you, that guides you for you to be you. And when you can help yourself necessarily be you by accepting you in a greater form, in a greater aspect, this can be God, this can be Buddha, this can be Moses, this can be whatever you want it to be. When you allow your morals and your purpose, I forgot the other word I said. However, your morals and your purpose blend together and mesh together to something beautiful. It's honestly like, imagine getting a hug from God and getting a kiss from nature. That's what it feels like. A hug from God and getting a kiss from nature. Even if it's just a cheek. That's what it feels like. So I'm gonna do a better job of next video, really going into the video a little bit earlier, because I don't want my videos to be super long, especially when people are not necessarily there the whole time. And it's not necessarily about the people at all. However, it adds to the bubble. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, imagine you're training, doing basketball for a month straight, 3 days a week, training by yourself, nobody's there. The moment you have that one person come to hoop against you, you feel like, finally. Now you feel like, all right, I'm trying to go hoop with other people now. Like, I've trained enough. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure my videos not only make sense, but also can keep people in and engaged so that they can be part of the conversation. Instead of it feeling like, nah, I ain't gonna say that. Anyway, I love you. I appreciate you for taking the time to listen and understand the different levels of love is something you develop on your own first before someone else teaches you. And if someone does teach you in the future, I hope that they are a great influence in your life, an influence that is positive, not negative. So I appreciate you. Subscribe for more. Like the video if you want more videos like this. I'll be back soon. Peace out.